Hello everyone, welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss about Ethernet cables. Mainly, we have two types of Ethernet cables, electrical cables and optical fiber. I have attached the images of both the cables. First one is of electrical cable and second is of optical fiber. Looking at the connectors of both the cables, you can differentiate. Now let's see types of Ethernet cables. Using these Ethernet cables, the Ethernet network interface card is connected to the network or any networking device like switch router. So first is the electrical cable, electrical Ethernet cable. There are few standards or specification for electrical cables and these are 10 base T, 100 base T, 1000 base T, 100 base TX. In these specifications, base is short for baseband signaling and baseband signaling deals with digital signals, whereas broadband deals with analog signals. And T in these specification stands for twisted pair. There are many category of these electrical cables which uses all these specifications and standards. And the cable of particular category offers particular bandwidth. I have mentioned the categories of these Ethernet electrical cable. First is the cat-5. It is well-known name in the Ethernet cables. It offers bandwidth up to 100 Mbps, up to 100 meter. So if you are using this cat-5 cable, the signal can travel up to 100 meter. The second is cat-5e. E stands for enhanced. It can offer bandwidth of 1 Gbps up to 100 meter. Cat-6 offer the bandwidth of 1 Gbps up to 100 meter, or it can also offer bandwidth of 10 Gbps up to 37 meter. Cat-6a, here A is augmented. This category cable can offer bandwidth up to 10 Gbps up to 100 meter. Next is cat-7. It can offer bandwidth up to 10 Gbps up to 100 meter. Cat-7a, it can offer 10 Gbps up to 100 meter. And the latest one is a cat-8. It can offer bandwidth up to 25 Gbps up to 30 meter or 40 Gbps up to 30 meter. And just to mention that 100 base TX is commonly used fast Ethernet specification today. Just to mention again that all these category cables uses the specifications mentioned above, like 10 base T, 100 base T, 100 base TX. So as per your requirement, you can choose which category cable would fulfill your requirement. Like if you need to get the bandwidth up to 10 Gbps up to 100 meter, then you can go with the category 7. One more point I would like to highlight related to category cable distance. You have seen that with every category I have mentioned the distance along with the bandwidth. So this is the distance. So up to this distance, a signal can travel without any significant signal loss. Let's take an example of cat-5 cable. Cat-5 cable offer the distance of 100 meter. So what it means is, in cat-5 cable, signal can travel up to 100 meter without any significant signal loss. There would be a signal loss, but that signal loss will not be that much that the actual signal cannot be recovered at the receiver end. So this is the meaning of distance for the particular category. Now suppose will happen if you use the cat-5 cable of 150 meter. There might be a possibility that you might not recover the signal at the receiver end, which the source has sent because of signal loss. That's why with every category there is a distance limit mentioned. What if you want to send the signal for more than 100 meter, suppose 200 meter? In those cases, you can use the two cable of 100 meters with some networking devices like repeaters, and you can achieve that 200 meters of transmission. So this is how practically we use these cables in order to achieve the high distance transmission. If you need a very high distance, if you need distance transmission for kilometers, then we prefer to use the optical fiber that we will see in the next slide. Now let's see the optical fiber. Optical cable communication solution always offer a higher bandwidth and distance compared to the electrical cables due to superior bandwidth of optical fibers. Optical fiber also having the standards like 100 base FX, 100 base LFX, 100 1000 base SX and 1000 base LX, and every specification having bandwidth limit as well as the distance it can cover. Like 100 base FX offer bandwidth of 100 Mbps up to 2 km. 100 base LFX offer bandwidth of 100 Mbps up to 5 km. 1000 base SX offer 1000 Mbps of bandwidth up to 550 meter. 1000 base LX offer 1000 Mbps of bandwidth up to 5 km. Optical fiber suffers less signal loss than Ethernet. That's why it gives the maximum distance signal can travel. And in optical fiber, signal can travel from 300 meter for a single cable to 24 miles depending on the type of fiber and the supporting equipment you are using. However, in Ethernet, the signal can go from 100 meters with a single cable to 1.76 miles with a supporting equipment. For the higher distance, we use the optical fiber. And you can see the image I have also attached here, which is showing the optical fiber. And looking at the connector, you can differentiate with the electrical cable. So important points about the cable selection is always consider the below parameter when you are selecting the cable for your signal transmission. Like always keep in mind the bandwidth and the length, and you should also consider the cost factor whenever you are selecting the Ethernet cable along with the future requirement. So might be possible that 2 months or 6 months down the line you need the more bandwidth. So in those cases again you will have to change your cable. So always consider the future requirement, how much bandwidth you need, how much length you need before finalizing the cable. One more point I have written here is why there is a restriction on the length of the cable. I think this point I already covered in the previous slide. Signal gets degraded as it passes through medium. So if receiver not able to receive the proper signal, it will not able to interpret the correct value which sent by the sender. So because of the signal loss, we cannot use the unlimited length of cable. That's why every specification specifies the particular distance can be covered using particular type of cable. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.